All right. Hello, 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 hello. Letting some more folks come on in. How are you doing, Love Witch Mimi? Thank you for joining me today for Total Life Transformation Day 1. If you're new here, this is a new series that I'm starting called Total Life Transformation, where I'm going to guide you all. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? We're going to guide you through the processes to totally transform your life, right? We're going to basically, we are fulfilling your life purpose, and we are going to master your destiny. Hi, TC Welder. Hi, I hope I say this right. Keita Reed, Iska, Red Kisses, Anna. How are you guys doing today? If you're here, that means that you are ready to fulfill your life, your soul purpose. You are wanting to be the hero in your own story. My name is Danae Dominic. I'm a certified life coach as well as a spiritual life coach. I'm also an end-of-life doula. Fun fact about that is that I have been an end-of-life doula almost since a young age. I was told a story of when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and I helped my uncle, my great uncle Thomas at the time, cross over to his new plane of life. And so when I actually learned that you can become certified in those types of things, I went ahead and jumped on it. I've been an end-of-life doula for about 2 years now, and I basically just help people prepare for end of life and or crossover. And I also offer services to their family members who have crossed over in regards to grief, and basically learning how to move forward and just accept the changes that come when a life ends. But today I want to focus on us fulfilling our life purpose, fulfilling our soul's purpose, okay? So if you guys have any questions, let me know. If any of this resonates with you, go ahead and tap that like button. Feel free to take notes. Feel free to ask questions. All of that. This is for you. Again, this is a series, so we're going to take things a bit slow in the beginning, and we're going to do this for over probably like the next 2 weeks, a couple of days a week, to give you all time to actually implement the things that you'll be learning, the processes that you'll be learning. You're going to want to start implementing those things into your daily life, your daily habits. There's going to be a lot of reprogramming that you're going to have to do in order to transform. So let's go ahead and get started. All I ask is that you commit to yourself to transform your life so that you can become who you've always wanted to be. All right. And I will commit to you to guide you through those steps and give you the encouragement and support that you may need. All right. Now, like I said, it's important for me to go slow because it wouldn't be beneficial for me to rush through any of this. All right. If you're like me, a little older in life, I'm 42. I just turned 42 on August 7th. Happy birthday to me. And I didn't start learning about the fact of being able to transform my life until I was like 38, 39 years old. And that was just due to like circumstances that were happening in my life where I was like, I need to gain some control. I need to get back or improve who I am so that I'm not going through life on autopilot, so that I'm not allowing other people to write the chapters of my life book, right? So it's going to take time to heal any traumas. It's going to take time to transform into the person that you want to be. It's going to reprogramming your mind, your subconscious, your habits, the things that you do on a regular basis is going to take time. Like I was saying, you're going to have to literally reprogram everything that you've learned since day one of your life being on this planet, okay? So taking your time is all right? I have 42 years of programming, reprogramming, and then reprogramming the reprograms, right? So I'm not telling you not to get frustrated. You're going to get frustrated, right? Sometimes things are just hard and difficult and they become frustrating. But what I am asking you to do is be compassionate with yourself and love yourself, and remember that you are always learning. Life is constantly changing, and so you just have to learn to adapt and go with the flow. All right? Does anyone have any questions so far? All right, so then let's jump right on into it, right? So, transformation happens. It happens every day, every night. It happens. So, if you have heard the call to be your true self, or you've heard a call that's reminding you of who you forgot you were, like in your dreams, okay? Or if you felt like you were drawn to break free from all the limitations and live more authentically, then you're in the right place, okay? If there's a fire that has been burning like in your soul, in your heart, and for years you have been trying to like say, no, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. It's a dream, but it's not realistic. I have a family to take care of. Then you're in the right place. It's not realistic. I have a family to take care of. Then you're in the right place. If you have received wake-up calls in the recent past, like having these aha moments that inspired you to finally like embrace becoming who you want to become, then this is for you. Hey Chase, hey CP1260, you guys, welcome. If you have answered yes to any of those questions, then congratulations for being here today and for answering the call so that you can move into a more authentic life. You are now ready to step out and in to having faith of yourself, faith in yourself. All right. So this course that I'm providing for you all is going to, it's designed to help you identify the blocks that have been holding you back, right? That have kept you from experiencing the life, the mindset that you deserve. All right. This course is designed to help you to overcome fear and change, rejection and failure, and so that you can be confident going into living your dream life, or going into receiving what you desire. We're going to develop self-mastery and reprogramming any and all limiting beliefs. All right. We're also going to develop a growth mindset. Okay. So that you know, like without a doubt, that nothing can stand in your way. You have full control over your reality. Like you are the co-creator with the universe of your reality. Okay. And then we're going to get absolutely clear on what you really want to do, what you really want to be, and so that you can stop living everybody else's dream. Give me a like if you know what it's like to do things because other people told you it's what you needed to do. Like you went to college because you were told, oh, you have to go to college in order to have a good job. Meanwhile, you go to college, you get out of college, and your degree is costing you more than what you're able to make at your job. But what you really wanted to do maybe was to be an artist, or you wanted to go into a different field. Like maybe you went into psychology, but you really wanted to do marketing. You see what I'm saying? So those are the things that we're going to go over in that regard. This is for the person who is, and what I see is like you are on a stationary bike. You're riding that bike as hard as you can, and yet you are unable to get anywhere. You're unable to move up the ladder. You're unable to really get anywhere that you want to be in regards to your career. You're just pedaling this bike, pedaling, putting all your energy into it. You know, you're fully exhausted and you have really nothing to show for it. Okay. That is what, what I want to help you move through today. If you're feeling trapped and you want to break free, this class is for you. But you may also be feeling like you have a resistance to change. You're afraid. You don't know what steps to take. You are maybe fearful of rejection. Then you're in the right place. This class is for you, and I'm so thankful that you are here. So, if you are done with the quiet suffering, okay, if you are done with clinging to what was, and if you are like afraid to release the past, then this is for you. Okay, go ahead and give me some likes if you resonate with any of this. Give me some likes if you're ready to transform your life. Give me some likes if you are going to be committed to yourself and to transform your life beginning today. All right. Now, the truth is that we cannot always control what happens in our lives, but we can control what we do with the lessons that we've learned from particular situations. We can apply them to our lives so that we don't continue to go down the path of mediocrity and unfulfillment. So at this time, it's time to take a stand and believe that we have a greater purpose in this life for being here, and that we need to do whatever we can and do whatever it takes to determine our destiny. All right? Welcome, Star. Welcome, Mr. Stay What. Welcome, Faith. Welcome, Pamela. Thank you guys all for being here. Now, I'm going to warn you that as you go through this hero's journey, you will no longer see your pain as challenges or as obstacles, okay? And you're actually going to use your pain as stepping stones, okay? Thank you so much for the likes. You're going to use your pain as a stepping stone to get to your greater purpose. So, has anyone, if anyone is willing, would you like to share, what do you feel like your purpose is? Is it different from the things that you are doing right now? I know that for me, working in corporate America is not my purpose. I actually feel extremely drained. And so that is why I pursued a career in coaching and mentoring, why I went and got a certification so that I could help people. I believe that my sole purpose is to help people to heal and grow and to become the best that they can be while they're here. And I understand, and that's not to take away from people who are in corporate America and they love it. Like, that is their thing. That is what they were put on this earth for. But I know that I was not. So as I continue to build my clientele, I continue to put forth just as much energy into myself, into my desires, into my dreams as I do with another person's organization or company, because I believe that I deserve to have just as much as the next man is in regards to financial freedom, happiness, joy, passion, wealth, abundance. I deserve that. And I deserve to be able to get it in the way that I would like to receive it. And if that means that I have to do some extra work to get me to where I want to be, then so be it. All right. Now, in this course, we're going to learn how to use our pain as our purpose. All right. So go ahead and write that down. Put that in the comments. Put, my pain has purpose. You're also going to stop allowing other people to write your story. So depending on how old you are, we're going to stop allowing our parents to tell us what we should be doing and what we should not be doing as far as our careers. We're going to stop allowing our friends to tell us what we should and should not wear, how we should and should not act, things like that. Side note, if you are in any type of relationship, friendship, romantic partnership, anything like that, and if you feel like you cannot be your authentic self within that relationship, then you really need to reassess, if that particular relationship is right for you, and start making plans to either change it or to leave what is no longer in alignment with your purpose behind. By no means am I telling any of you to get divorced or anything like that. I would never, wish that on anyone. But what I am saying is that the relationship should be equitable, right? Your partner or your friend should not be able to do X, Y, and Z, and meanwhile you're not allowed to do, LMNOP. You feel me? Okay. Now, keep in mind that transformation is an inside job. And change is a process. Okay. Nothing's going to happen overnight. You're going to have to put some elbow grease into it. You're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to put in some effort. Okay. Depending on how old you are, you're going to have to do some transformation. If there's things that are no longer in alignment with who you are, if you feel like you are changing as an individual, then you're going to have to put in the work. And again, I am here to guide you through that. What I'm going to do with our time together is just to help you change from the inside out so that you are able to create lasting change and reach your goals. All right. You will learn how to overcome obstacles so that you aren't kept from reaching your true potential. So you may be asking, Danae, how are you going to do that? Well, I'm glad that you asked me. So what we're going to do is identify the blocks that hold you back so that you can become unstoppable. We're going to overcome fear of change, rejection, and failure so that you can feel confident going for your dream. We're also going to develop self-mastery by reprogramming limiting beliefs. We're going to develop a growth mindset so that you know without a doubt that nothing can stand in your way again. And then we're going to get absolutely clear about what you really want and who you are, okay? So that you can stop living everybody else's dream. Now, keep in mind that nothing in life stands still. Everything is changing, and change is always constant. Like right now, in this experience that we are having together, you are changing. Your mind is changing. Your subconscious is changing. Your thoughts are changing. And life cannot exist without continuous growth and expansion. So you are also changing as I'm speaking to you and you are thinking about what I'm saying, or you are comprehending, listening to what I am saying. You are changing as well. You are moving, you're growing, you're expanding and changing. So the wonderful part about the human experience is that we all have a power and an ability to direct change into our life. You are creating life as long, let me say, how can I say this? You are creating your life as long as you go along. So you might as well do it with intention. Okay, let me say that one more time because I got tongue-tied myself. Since you are creating life as you go along, you might as well create life with intention. It's all like a required, it's all that's required for choices, okay? You can choose to continue to live the life that you're currently living by letting the external world indicate what you are going to be doing, what you should be doing, what your experiences are really. Or you can choose to create a life that is everything that you have dreamed of. So you're going to need to start making intentional changes, and it's going to be a process, okay? It involves identifying what you want, anticipating mental and practical obstacles, and creating action plans to get there, all right? If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Go ahead and give me some likes if any of this is resonating with you. Let me know what your goals are so that you are able to live the dream life that you've always wanted. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Heather. Hi, single mom. How are you guys all doing today? So we're going to make intentional change. It involves identifying what we want, anticipating mental and practical obstacles, Creating actions. Thank you, Colleen, so much. Thank you. Creating action plans to get there. And it's going to be challenging, but it's a process that can be learned, and it's something that you will be able to practice. It's not going to be difficult. Learning the processes are not going to be difficult. However, implementing the processes into your life can be difficult, especially when it comes to like removing the limiting beliefs. All right. Now, change is one thing, and then transformation is another, right? So transformation is an inside job, whereas change is like, you can change your hair, you can change your socks, you can change, the way you drive to work every day. But when someone transforms, everything changes. Like, you may even begin to be unrecognizable to people who have known you for years, right? People just don't make changes over their life circumstances. They dismantle the limiting beliefs that led to the undesirable circumstances that they're currently living in the first place. They don't just change one aspect of their life. They change the way that they live their entire lives. And so that's what we're going to be focusing on. The way that you think and feel, and the way how you identify who you are is what is going to be changed. Okay? What is going to be transformed. So when someone transforms, right, often the changes that have been put off will begin to just happen naturally. And so it's easier to make changes about, difficult changes about who you are, when who you are is no longer like resonating with you authentically, right? So let's say yesterday I was Danae 0.05 and now I'm today 0.52. Okay. I'm not the same person that I was yesterday. There may have been small changes that allowed me to transform into something new, something better, someone better. A lot of the times we'll find that as we transform, not only are we leaving old things behind, like you may leave old habits behind, you may leave people behind too. Not everybody can come with you from chapter 2 to chapter 3, right? You're going to have to make some hard decisions on who you're going to allow to be in your life, right? You're going to want to think about who's in alignment with you currently, and who you believe is going to be a positive influence or a positive part of your new life, your new journey. Okay. I know that I've had it's many to me because I'm extremely introverted and I don't really associate with a lot of people. But over the past 12 months, as I've grown, as I've transformed into this new, person, I have honestly had to let go of at least 4 people who were no longer in alignment with the Danae that is Danae now. And it is bittersweet and it's quite sad because some of these people I've known since, college, since I've known, since 2003, 2007, even as early as like 1999, and it's not just like we moved away and lost contact. It was like I had outgrown them, or they were still the same and they weren't trying to elevate, and I didn't want to be held down anymore, or they just weren't in alignment really. Like They were living the life that they wanted, that they were choosing to live. And I no longer wanted to live that particular life. I wanted to be more open-minded to the changes that were happening within our world. I wanted to be more accepting of different people. I didn't want to feel or be subjugated to so much like negativity. So I've had to release them. And those are some things that you guys are going to have to take into consideration as you transform, that not everyone is going to be able to come with you. Okay? Now, what are some of the things that hold people back from creating lasting change? And I'm going to tell you right now that some of the most important reasons are like biological reasons, okay? So there's two biological reasons why people resist change. The first one is that bad habits are rewarding. And that's it. They are rewarding, right? So the familiar will feel good. Okay, so I'll give you the example of people who smoke tobacco. Okay? Sometimes it's not the fact that you are, addicted to what's in the tobacco. A lot of times people are addicted to the ritual of the before and the after the usage. Like, even though they know, thank you, Hutton and Fishin', even though they know that what they're doing is potentially harming them to where they could no longer have their life, right? They still do it because they are addicted to the ritual of the process of preparing, right? So I'll give you an example, and hopefully, like TikTok, this is just, since I'm going live here, this is just for educational purposes, and by no means am I, promoting this. But people who live in cold weather and who use tobacco products, there's that whole ritual of like, if you have to go outside and you have to put your coat on, you have to put your gloves on, you have to put your hat on. It's the whole ritual of when they're opening up a new pack of the tobacco, the packing it, as they called it, the feeling of taking like that first inhale, right? And then seeing it come out of your mouth in that cold weather. See, it's like, it's all in the ritual. That's what people get used to. They're not feeling that their lungs are burning, their throat is burning. They're not doing any of that. But what they are seeing, thank you, Sabrina, for the follow. I appreciate that. What they are seeing or what they are enjoying is the act, okay? So it's the habit of the behavior that makes it hard to quit, all right? It's the ritual. Now, the second biological thing is the brain programming, right? Our brains are like hypervigilant to identify possible threats. So it's constantly trying to protect us from harm, right? So it's like, ooh, you see, you see like something fly by, you're like, oh my God, what is that? It's a bug, but your brain is like always on 10, trying to make sure that you are physically safe at all times, right? So anything outside of the ordinary or something that is new is considered an error. It's considered a threat. And so your brain is going to set off like an alarm, thinking that something is wrong and that the action must be taken to avoid it because it's something new. So I'll give you the example of people, what are they? Self-sabotagers, okay? They may be given a great opportunity, right? to, I don't know, produce a TV show. But they've never produced a TV show before. So they're automatically going to be like, oh my God, that's new. I can't do that. I'm going to fail. It's not going to work out. I've never produced anything. I'm not going to be able to do it, right? They're going to give you 511 reasons why they can't do something, and it's because it's something new. It's something that they've never tried before. It's something that they're not sure how everything's going to work out, right? There's that fear of rejection. So this is why change is always inherently hard, difficult, right? So although we know that it's required for what we want to occur, our brain is going to fight us because it sees new experiences as a threat. So again, we have to reprogram our brains so that it knows to welcome in new experiences. All right. So we're going to be doing some meditations with that too a little bit later. So again, we're reprogramming our brains, right? Now, this is a little exercise that I'm about to give you, but just listen to it. And then, well, as I give you this information, I want you to see if it resonates with you and the why. Okay. So let's do this. So because of programming, there are several specific obstacles that can get in the way of deliberate change. And I want you to listen to these items and think which one is you, right? Or which 2, which 3, which 5 are you? Okay, which reason, the reasons that I give you, why are they holding you back? God, I just said a lot for no reason. Anyways, we're going to move forward. I'm going to read to you the obstacles that hinder deliberate change, and you're going to think about which one resonates with you. And if you so choose to, go ahead and share it in the comments. Okay? So the first obstacle is fear of rejection, judgment, or being different. This is ultimately your need for approval. Are you someone who has to get approval from people before you do it? Number 2, fear of uncertainty or discomfort. We are hardwired to seek comfort and certainty and avoid failure. I know everyone is afraid to fail. Oh, I don't want to fail. What if it doesn't work out? But what if it does? Again, we have to reprogram our mind so that we think positively at all times. Yes, I know it's easier said than done because the world is filled of fear and whatever, right? But again, we are the co-creators of our reality. So you can create or change your mind so that you are always thinking in a positive way. So, number 3 is that you're stuck in your habits or your patterns. We are creatures of habit who value routine. So are any of you people who don't like to change the status quo? Like you always go down street A, B, and C to get to work. You never, deviate from the roads. Like, so even if the road is closed, you're like, oh my goodness, what do I do? You don't know any other way to get to work. You don't know any other way to get home. You don't know any other way to do anything else in your life because you always do A, B, and C. So what you can start doing to change that is start doing things in order of X, Y, Z, L, M, N, O, P, or even do it backwards. Or do it 1, 2, 3. See what I'm saying? Another reason that we deliberately will not change is because of overwhelm. The tendency to suffer from disorganization, lack of clarity, and catastrophic thinking. Now, this is going to be something that a lot of folks, even myself, if you have anxiety, this could be something that keeps you from moving forward, which is the overwhelm. It is the thought of a calamity happening, right? The catastrophic thinking. You're literally allowing your brain to make you think that the world is just essentially going to come to an end. And I'm speaking from my own experience. Let me share with you how years ago I lived in Cleveland, Ohio. I had my son at the time was maybe 2 or 3 years old, and at the time this was when that young boy Tamir Rice had been unalived by the police. Okay, so long story short, I am now afraid that my son is going to get hurt. I'm thinking, oh my God, we're going to be at the park one day. He's going to have a stick in his hand and the police are going to roll up on him, you know? Excuse me. And so from there, my brain just went down this whole rabbit hole about how I had to be like overly protective of my son and where he went. I mean, he's 3 years old. Of course, I'm already going to be like that. But now I'm like, he can't go anywhere with anybody else. He has to stay with me. We're going to be locked up in the house. We're just going to be afraid our whole lives because this one incident happened. Rest in peace to Tamir Rice and condolences to his family always. But see how overwhelmed in your anxiety and allowing your mind to control you instead of you controlling your mind will keep you from venturing out into living a dream life or doing something that may be new or having experiences that could ultimately lead you to something bigger, greater, and better. All right. Now, the next obstacle is confidence and self-efficacy. And what does that mean? It's the lack in belief in your own abilities, or you have the inability to trust yourself. Do you trust yourself? Do you believe that you make good decisions for yourself, for your family? Do you feel like you always have to get a second opinion from someone else? Do you feel like you always have to ask your partner, ask your mate, what do you think about this? Are you not solid in your own thoughts? And I'll share this with you. When you lack confidence in yourself, many times it could be because you lack a strong sense of like intuition. Okay, your sacral chakra could be blocked, so your intuition doesn't flow freely and you don't necessarily believe that you're able or capable of making good decisions because you don't trust yourself. All right. As we go along through this journey together, you guys will understand or learn a little bit better that as a spiritual life coach, I am a spiritual person. I believe that we are all one in some way, shape, or form. We are all one. We are all connected. Okay. So sometimes I will get like a clairvoyant situation and I'll see something, right? So just know that it is okay to trust your intuition. If it's like that gut feeling, right? If you have a feeling that something is going to be amazing, it's most likely going to be amazing. If you have a feeling that something is not going to work out, trust your intuition. Use your discernment. These are gifts that have been given to us so that we are able to like live our lives and protect ourselves, you know? So, and I also want to say that some of you may have grown up or may now be living in a home where someone is always second guessing you. And so they're making you feel like you don't know what you're talking about. They're making you, or they have made you feel like you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you don't make good decisions, you're not, all of these things program our minds. All of these things cause us to not be able to create the life that we want. All right. So let's go forward. The next obstacle is fear of disappointment or failure. There's a lack of faith that it will work out, and fear of not meeting our own expectations or others not meeting our expectations. So it's a matter of like you're just like, oh, it's not going to work out. Like you're automatically just dissing it. You don't care what it is. It's not going to work. And you just don't want to have to deal with that emotion or that shame of failure. The next obstacle is fear of unintended consequence. All right. So change creates change. When one area of life is changed, it impacts another area. Sometimes it requires other changes. Okay. And those changes may be scary or unpleasant. Sometimes we have to remember that even though something may not be working out like immediately, it could be leading towards something greater. It could be leading towards like life fulfillment, right? So just because something doesn't look like that it's going your way right now doesn't mean that it's really not going your way. You just have to have that mindset of everything is working in my favor. Now the last obstacle is lack of clarity or motivation. So there's a tendency for people not to know what they want or why they want it. So in the comment section, go ahead and let me know which of these obstacles are keeping you from change, keeping you from reprogramming yourself so that you're living your desired life. Okay. Now, I think for now, that's all we're going to go over today. I don't want to take up all your time. I want you guys to review what we've discussed here about transformation, about change, about the different obstacles that deliberately will keep us from changing. Again, it's fear of rejection, fear of uncertainty, stuck in habits or patterns, overwhelm, confidence and self-efficacy, fear of disappointment or failure, fear of unintended consequences, or lack of clarity and motivation. And tomorrow, when I come back at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we will, let's see, where's my notes? We will talk about how to move beyond these things. We're going to talk about human needs. We're going to talk about basically just how to move beyond to higher levels so that we are able to break through and change cycles that are keeping us from moving forward and living our desired lives. So I want to thank all of you today for joining me. I really had a great time talking to you all. And just remember that I do this because I love y'all. I want everybody to be able to live the desired life that they want. I want everybody to know that if they do desire to change and transform, that they have the right to. They don't have to stay in a mediocre lifestyle, right? We all it's our birthright, honestly, to live a life of abundance. So I hope that all of you learned something today, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. All right. Thank you guys so much, and have a beautiful day. You're welcome, Miko. Bye.